All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Is there an echo on y'all's end? Already having issues. One sec. Let me change one thing. All right. There we go. All right. Well, welcome back to another live stream here. I haven't been live for, I think, almost a month or so now. Just been super busy. Been getting the extra ticket and some other stuff as well. Yeah, lots going on. Got some videos I still haven't had a chance to film yet, but hopefully I'll be getting those done in the next few days. Just been super busy even after got done studying for extra, passed my extra, so maybe we'll work some of the extra bands tonight. Don't know how long I'm gonna go live for, just for a little bit, just kind of play around, see what's out there. I still got a little bit since the time change. I still got a little bit of time. Gray line hasn't hit yet, so I'm gonna try to work some 10 meters before gray line hits, and then maybe work some of the lower bands if we can. And yeah, we'll just see what the bands look like. I haven't really been on a whole lot today. My hand clock's not showing as much as it was earlier, but actually I think that's just because PSK spots is off right now. Had spots like across the Pacific and the Atlantic, so just have to see what's out there, see what all we can hear. I made some changes to my antenna yesterday. How's it going, Jeremy? Good to see you in here. I like that picture, by the way. That's us from the picture that you're seeing on Jeremy's icon is from when we went to crap, what was the name of that park? Fort, can't think of the name of it. It's down in Mahia, Texas. Maybe Jeremy can put it in the chat, because I can't remember the name of it. That was our first POT activation. Fort Parker, that's what it was. It was Fort Parker State Park. So yeah, that was a super fun activation. Definitely one of my favorite. Great park. So yeah, like I said, think I'm going to work a little bit of the general section. Oh, by the way, Jeremy, who I just had up on the screen there, he passed his extra last week. So now maybe we can work each other at some point on extra bands. I think we worked each other. He lives down near Houston area. And we were able to work each other on, I think it was 80 meters. We finally made a contact, either 40 meters or 80 meters FT8. Don't remember if we've made a phone contact yet from both of our QTHs, but yeah, at some point we need to try that. Maybe we can do it in the extra portion of the bands. And then I don't know if they're watching right now or not. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work to get my extra. A lot of studying. A lot of sleepless days. We did get one phone QSO. Yeah, okay. I don't remember when that was or what band it was on. But now that you say that, I'm pretty sure I remember that. And then also want to give a shout out to my friends Dawson and Elizabeth. They just got their techs this last week Friday. On Friday, Dawson's call sign is KJ5FGM, and his wife Elizabeth's license or her call sign is KJ5. I think it's FFX. Congratulate them on their tech. Like I said, I don't know if they're watching or not, but they might watch the replay. And if you hear them on the air, I think they're mostly hanging out on DMR right now. But if you hear them on the air, congratulate them on their techs. They both worked pretty hard to get their techs. So, yeah. A lot of people getting licensed lately. So, pretty cool to see that. Glad to see some people are getting their license or upgrading their license. I know of a couple more people that need to upgrade to extra at some point. Don't know if they're watching or not too, but they know who they are. So they need to get on that. And I am signed up to be a VE. So if they contact me, I can try to get some VEs together and we can get them tested and get their extra. So, like I said, I'm going to try to work some lower bands this evening real quick, and we'll just see kind of what's out there right now. I don't know why this is showing PSK. It should be sideband. Oh, I know why it's showing SSB or PSK, because I'm not on the... Now it should let me do it. Oh, I gotta switch that. There we go. Alright. So, let's see. Yep, that's on the screen. Okay. Just making sure my radio is on the screen. And like I said, we're going to try to work some sidebands. We're going to try to work some sidebands. Particularly, I want to work burst. 10 meters, see if we can get anybody on there. Somebody looks like, I don't know if that's just a false decode or what that is, but somebody is claiming that they are working from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, also known as North Korea. Highly doubt North Korea is on there. There's some old spots on there. Now, man, it does not look like there's a whole lot of activity on 10 meters, so I guess we may just have to kind of scroll through the waterfall, see what's left. Don't know how much is actually left. That's a strong signal, actually. That is a strong signal. Need to turn the audio on. See if there's anybody actually calling CQ or not. I gotta bring the audio up real quick.
Oh, Roger. Okay, thank you for the check. This is an old Alinco DX70. It's a backup radio. My Elecraft K3 went south, so it's going in for repairs. So there's an old backup rig.
I think they're just rag chewing. We're gonna go down to 300 and see. Somebody's doing CW there. I'm gonna tune up real quick. So I haven't tuned up yet. Alright. So my noise floor, I did some improvements to the antenna yesterday. I think it's a little bit cleaned up on the noise. I don't think it's as bad. I mean, that noise floor is like an S3 now. I got it further away from the power line in the backyard. If you go watch my short I posted today, you'll see kind of how I have the antenna now. It was a lot closer to the... it was a lot closer to the power line, and it was kind of putting a lot of noise on it, so it's now probably maybe 10 feet away. I'm not sure if it's quite 10 feet, but... Moved it a ways away.
Yeah, I'm just running about kilowatt here today.
It's running 1,000 watts there. That's why you sit there.
Ron in the air, the waterfalls.
I think Rayline's kind of hitting. So.
Okay.
Definitely not seeing any DX.
I'll go ahead and say 73. Thank you for very nice QSO. Your system is working just fine. Your 7610 with the 80 watts, and I believe you said
moved it away from the power line, like I was saying. It was kind of also wrapped up in the tree, and I just made it a little bit of a longer antenna, and kind of made it more omnidirectional, I think. So yeah, go watch that short. I posted it earlier today. Like I said, I was hoping that it would make a little bit better of an antenna. You guys only hear one side of that. See if there's anybody in the upper portions of the band.
I have Alex on the other side of the microphone. He knows you. I'm going to turn the mic around. Here we go. This is Alex.
I don't know if this is...
KA2XLV from Kilowatt Delta 6, Bravo India Sierra. Good morning, Father-son, from Alex-son. And just on the same table, same microphone with Mara.
Yeah, I would come help you tomorrow, but I work tomorrow, so I can't come do that tomorrow. Maybe in a couple of weeks. I got a POTA scheduled for next week when I'm off, which you're welcome to come to if you're off on Monday or Tuesday. Shoot me a text. Yeah, I don't have any time off to call in. Yeah, I think 10 meters is pretty much dead now. Already. I don't hear anything. Don't hear as much. Sure, FT8's good, but I don't really want to get on FT8 right now. Damn it. I was hoping to work some 10 meters. This is the kilowatt guy. Yeah, that's a kilowatt guy. Yeah, you can still hear some of that noise there.
Above sea level, so it cools off pretty good.
Just a little bit of the noise. I need to put some ferrites on some stuff too and see if I can cut down some of the noise. Let's see. Let's move up to 12 meters maybe. 24,930. FT8's busy on 12 meters. What do I go to on this? 24,990. Looks like phone's just not happening on these upper bands tonight. Go to 15, 21.200. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit noisier the further up we go. I know that's really loud. Yeah, it gets really noisy as we start to go up. I don't know why that is. I'll take it away. No. I think there's some stuff in there, but I can't pull that out. Well, crap. I'm just gonna go to 14.50 then. So I can almost always tune 20 meters. Except when you get power line noise. There might be some DX. Thought I heard somebody say buenas noches.
Hello. This is Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victor. Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victor. ¿Mis frecuencias seguidos? Buenas noches. Esta es Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria. Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria. Vamos a ver, esta frecuencia está en uso. Buenas noches. Esta es Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria. Esta frecuencia está en uso. Asking. Estoy preguntando si esta frecuencia está en uso.
Looks like he's in New Jersey.
Negativo, no escucho a
So,
nadie
see if I can work
que
him.
diga lo contrario. Buenas noches. Este es Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria. Buenas noches. Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria transmitiendo desde Ringgold, New Jersey. Buenas noches. Vamos a ver Centro y Suramérica. Centro y Suramérica que escuchan este humilde operador haciendo llamados de esta noche de CQ. Este es CQ 20 metros, 14200. Este es Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria, Ringgold, New Jersey. Buenas noches. CQ, buenas noches. CQ 20. Esta es 14200. Esta es Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria.
5 India Romeo Echo.
Ok, Charlie Echo 2, Papa Mike.
I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but like my RFI is like way worse now.
Mi nombre es Rafael, esta es la Kilo Delta 2 o Radio Victoria. Adelante Charlie Echo 2, Papa Mike. Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria.
Gonna need some ferrites on my headset, I guess. So I think I'm sitting now right under the. I think I'm sitting right under the antenna radiating element.
Ok, Chile, escuchándolo muy bonito esta noche, escuchándolo muy bien. Te felicito, está llegando muy bonito por acá por New Jersey. Te cuento y así está la situación. No sé cómo está transmitiendo. Yo estoy transmitiendo acá con FTDX10 con una antena fabricada por este señor que está hablando en estos momentos contigo. Una antena, una dipolo rígida que hice hace unos días atrás. Estoy con una potencia de unos 800, casi 900 vatios en antena. A veces cuesta el Charlie Echo 2 Papa Mike, Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria.
Can't hear that Charlie Echo station here.
Estás con los 100 vatios, pero está llegando muy bien, te felicito. Me falta tu nombre. Por acá tengo Miguel Herrera, Vivanco, a ver qué puede ser.
It might be a little bit hard to do that. There's a lot of slang that gets used, especially in Spanish. Thankfully, I know a little bit of Spanish, so I might have to use it here. But yeah, I mean, it might be hard. And different dialects in different countries too. Spanish, I think, would be the hardest one. Maybe like French or Italian, you could do that. But Spanish would, I think, definitely be hard. And English. English would be really hard too, because we use a lot of different words for different things. It doesn't really translate very well. I'll try to work him, but I don't know. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I work hard to try to make it look good and try to make it interesting.
Ok, muchas gracias, Miguel. Muchas gracias. Espero que no sea ni la primera ni la última. Desde New Jersey agradece QSO a la estación Charlie Echo 2, Papa Mike. Este es Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria. Que pase una feliz noche. Bendiciones para todos en casa. Vamos a continuar haciendo llamamientos hacia estaciones de Centro y Sudamérica, escuchando este humilde operador para llamados de CQ en 14200. Este es Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria, haciendo llamaditos. Buenas noches, esta es 14200. Kilo Delta 2 Radio Victoria. Buenas noches, Centro y Sudamérica, CQDX.
India Romeo Echo.
Y'all see the light flickering? I think this, I might have to put some ferrites on the light now too after changing the antenna, because I'm getting a little bit of light flicker. At least on 20 meters. I think he might be doing DX because he's not come back to me. I think he's only doing DX.
More than that if I'm Kevin. I'm running 15, so you're doing fine. Sounds good too. What do you use it for?
I think these guys might be running a kilowatt.
Vale, estás arribando a 50 Quincheta en la ciudad de Panamá, haciendo el lame Rafael. Alpha Bravo Mike, Tom Echo Charlie 3 Alpha Bravo Mike, Diffusion Demand.
Panama there, try to work Panama.
Vale, Jesús, ya perdiste la señal, está pendiente el movimiento gringo del Tate. De todas maneras, punto ahí, completa la comunicación, opción una abraçada con fuerza desde Panamá. Escuchar mi 3 Alpha Bravo Mike, Hotel Papa 1 Marna y Cualfación Ciudad por la Victoria. De tanto 3. Adela en la estación que está en Frontera, Costa Rica. ¿Están notando por ahí?
Can't remember. 50 is 50, right? Or is it 60? I think it's 50. I gotta try to tell him 59 in Spanish. I think it's 59, if I'm not wrong. I don't know if he speaks. It sounds like he might speak English.
Delta Zero Tango Yankee Uniform. Kilo Delta Zero Tango Yankee Uniform. Kilo Delta Zero Tango Yankee Uniform.
Hay un poquito de efecto robot, pero esto por el jetting o por la culpa del
I might just go call CQ in a minute because they're dragging things out.
Kilo 4, Hotel.
No tardaré mucho en decirme a cenar, ya no voy a ir a cenar, no tardaré mucho. De todas formas, Luis, un placer haber comunicado con usted. Whisky for Lima Tango, Hotel Papa 1, Stroke Echo Alpha 5.
Just give me a second here, and we'll get
Can't hear him either. Pretty sure I've worked him on sideband phone too.
got really busy for you, over.
I just can't hear anything tonight. Everything's so damn loud. I guess messing with my antenna may have made things worse. So I just can't hear anything. Oh, dude, that's horrible. Can't hear the JA. And usually, usually 15's open a little bit later, but don't think that's happening tonight. Can't hear that. Station. Wish I knew CQ. I think there's somebody in there, but I cannot.
Ended up working the summers in the oil fields, in which paid 2-3
Can I throw my
times
big
more
stick up
than,
and compare?
the
Yeah, I think that'll probably be
electronics could ever
worse.
do, so I've been sitting here since. I am retiring in about 19.
I also don't have a piece of coax to run that to because the squirrels decided to chew up that coax. And that good coax that I did have, the 50 feet of coax, is now in line at the transformer.
What any other ways to work with it other than that? So he's trying to figure out what to do with it.
This is just loud.
Our company that I work with.
Maybe I'll call CQ.
Yeah. KI5IRE, KI5.
Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna need some ferrites because it's messing with a lot of things on there.
We try to break it up a little bit. Zero, Bravo, Zulu.
I couldn't tell if he was giving me a signal report or not, or if he was saying the frequency in use. He said something about him breaking up, so I don't know if he thought I was calling CQ. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I need to double check grounds probably, because something's going on. I'm getting some kind of, I don't know if I'm getting a loop or what. But I'm having issues with everything in the shack now on 20 is getting RFI, which it wasn't doing that before. 20 used to be the cleanest band for me to transmit on, and now I'm getting nothing but RFI. I don't know if it's because I fenced myself in with the RF now or what, but I think I'm definitely going to need some ferrites now. I'm going to try to drop my power down to like maybe 75 watts. KI5IRE, is this frequency in use? Now I'm getting static on everything, even when I'm not transmitting. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
KI5IRE, is this frequency in use?
Well, that time I didn't shut the radio off, so we'll try 50 watts, I guess.
CQ20, KI5IRE, Kilo, India 5, India, Romeo Echo, CQ20, KI5IRE.
That was 50 watts. I don't know if anybody's going to hear me or not.
CQ20, KI5IRE, CQ20, KI5IRE.
Kilo 0, Victor Delta.
Kilo 0, Victor Delta, you're a very strong 5-9 here into North Texas.
Hey, roger that. You're 5'8" into the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Georgia, right on the East Tennessee line.
Copy the 5.8. Yeah, I'm running a 50 watts on an end-fed half wave. I had to drop it down to 50 watts because I was getting some slight RFI here in the shack that was messing with some of the various electronics that I've got running.
Well, that's half the fun of radio. There's always a gremlin in the shack.
Oh yeah, and now the RFI is picking back up again. I can hear it going through my headset, so yeah, it's going to be fun. It looks like I got to go get some ferrites and put them on just about everything that I have now.
Hey, roger that. I believe this is Chase, correct?
QSL, Chase, Kilo, India 5, India, Romeo Echo.
Well, roger, this is Greg, Golf, Romeo, Echo, Golf, K0, Victor Delta. Chase down at RFI, man, it only gets worse.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not running anything like a kilowatt right now. I better get everything fixed before I start doing any of that fun.
Well, good deal, man. I'll let you get to it. Thank you for the contact. I'll put you in the logbook.
Thank you. I got you in the log as well. Appreciate the contact, and 73.
73, buddy. Have a good night.
Yeah, I can hear. You're hearing me into New Jersey a little bit. Yeah, I'm only running 50 watts. I wish I could run 100, but as you guys saw, it starts messing with stuff. It's bad. I guess, like I said, I fenced myself in with RF now, and so it's just messing with everything inside the shack.
CQ20, Kilo, India 5, India, Romeo Echo, CQ20, Kilo, India 5, India, Romeo Echo. CQ20, CQ20, Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo, CQ20, 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 Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo.
Yeah, that RFI is bad. I'm probably going to have to either see if a lower band doesn't do it. Either going to have to see if the lower band doesn't cause RFI, or I'm going to have to just switch over to something like America Link, because it's really bad right now.
CQ, CQ20, 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 Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo, Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. CQ20, CQ20, Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo, Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo, CQ20, 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 Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo, calling CQ, about 30 miles east of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, the stuff I had to unplug would make me have to stop the stream though, because it's when I transmit, I have the light that's over me right here, my key light. Yeah, it's not RFI from other stuff. It's RFI that I'm getting from the antenna, like coming back in common mode. And it's just getting on all the cables and everything, so yeah. And it could also be I have my I put my coax on the windowsill here too, like I had to push it in around the window, so I might have to take it off of there and see if maybe that will help a little bit. And I'll just have to figure out what to do. I have to take the coils out of my coax there, because when it was all coiled up, I couldn't even tune 20 meters because of the impedance.
Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo, gonna be QSY.
Alright, I'm gonna try to. I didn't get it as bad that time. I'm gonna go to like 40 meters, yeah. Go to like 40 and see if I can. See how bad it is if I go to 100 watts on 40 meters.
Somebody put somebody.
Carl, did you get the report that he sent to you?
Affirmative at 5-5. I'm sorry, I did hear the 5-5.
Nope, that's perfect. Peter, that's a good call. Okay,
Being on tonight, you're
be 210, but the QSO, if it's wrapping up, that'll be great. We can grab 7210. Let me tell Bob, he's on Echo Link.
You can't move off. I am acting at 82 HP.
So, ich gebe dir Flugmark von den Blinds im Hintergrund. NS20 K4VSW. Ja, schönes Signal, Herr Willi, und tolle Geschichte. Ich habe schon gerade gesagt, wie sind die Chancen, wie hoch sind die Chancen, dass du da über 30 Meter kurbelst und...
no. Looks like it's about a lot of nets on 40 meters right now.
Aquí estoy. Estoy pensando muy seriamente en pedir sushi ahorita, fíjate. Estoy pensando en pedir un sushi de salmón ahumado.
Alright, well, doesn't sound like there's a whole lot on 40 meters. Just really interesting. Try 7183. Is this frequency in use? Kilo India 5 India Romeo Echo. Is this frequency in use?
185 is in use. If you'd slide down another one for us, we'd appreciate it. WN forward, WD.
Copy that. I'll QSY 73.
Thank you.
And that's why you check if the frequency is in use before you call CE. Well, at least I know that 40 meters I'm not having the issues with it messing with electronics and stuff. Okay, we're gonna go over to the open spot. Gonna go over to the open spot. I think we're gonna go play on America Link. See if anybody's on America Link. I don't know how my open spot reset. I wonder if it took RFI and messed it up, because it's not even loading right now. That's really strange. Oh, of course, as soon as I connect it, get it to connect. Come on. We're gonna go play around on America Link. I'm gonna see if somebody will get on real quick. Make sure I have the right thing. Alright. Gotta connect to America Link. See if there's anybody talking. What the heck? There we go. Alright. My audio is like way lower there for a second. Make sure that I can hear. Do I have OpenSpot set to? I have that set right. Where's my OpenSpot? I'm sorry, I was doubling up there. And then I gotta go back over here and turn that on. KI5IRE, listening on America Link.
Hey, what's up, man? You're one of my internet heroes, man. NH7TR. Congratulations on the upgrade too, by the way.
NH7TR, it's good to make a contact with you on here. I appreciate the congratulations. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun process to learn all the stuff that I needed to pass my general. Had a good time learning, and you know, just got to enjoy the ride. And now I get to enjoy more of the ride, playing around with extra privileges. I think I said general. I meant my extra. I'm very tired right now. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I appreciate that, man. I work hard on the channel to try to put out content that'll help people advance in the hobby and just, you know, encourage people to get out there and enjoy their ham radio license.
Well, I tell you what, man. It's definitely a cool animal. And I'll tell you something else. I don't know if it applies to you or not, but it applies to me and it applies to so many other folks. We don't really have these Elmer guys around. We don't have these knowing, knowledgeable guys around. We do have YouTube, and I'll tell you what, I learned a whole hell of a lot of stuff on it. As a matter of fact, the concoction of stuff that I've got running right now is all due to YouTube. And I figure, hey, wait a minute, these guys can do it. Why can't I? And there's a video of the guy doing it step by step. Let me just shut up and watch this dude do it, and I'll follow along and hit pause when I need to. So folks that are out there teaching how to do stuff, you know, IRLP stuff, whether it's that or All-Star or this concoction I got going now, it's awesome. It really is awesome. So it's an incredible platform for us folk that don't hang out in clubs and don't hang out with a whole bunch of folks to get the knowledge to be able to get on the air and talk around the world like I'm talking to you now. I'm down in San Antonio. I know you're in Texas somewhere. I don't remember where, but yeah. So, you know, hats off to dudes that take their time and put stuff together for us lowlifes down here to learn something, because it's awesome. Anyway, back to you, man. My name's Rick, Romeo India Charlie Kilo in San Antonio. Over.
Yeah, Rick, I'm up in the Dallas area. I'm between Dallas and Fort Worth in one of the suburbs. So yeah, it's good to hear another Texan on America Link. But yeah, man, it is a privilege to get to go and help teach people. Like you, I don't know that there's many really face-to-face Elmers as much anymore. I didn't have one. I'm a member of a club, but I don't really go to the club very much. I don't go to very many of the meetings and stuff. I really just joined it to be able to participate in field day and ask some questions when I need some questions answered, and to help others answer questions or help answer other people's questions and stuff like that. But I haven't seen a whole lot of Elmers anymore very much. I have a couple people that have kind of helped me along my way, that kind of help push me to get my general, help push me to get my extra. But really, aside from that, I just, you know, most of the knowledge that I have, I've learned it from YouTube and people doing kind of the same thing that I try to do on the YouTube, and you know, make tutorials and that sort of thing. A lot of good guys out there, a lot of guys that know a lot more than me out there that are making content. My stuff is, you know, just stuff that I've learned or stuff that I figured out that I kind of think might help somebody else, or I might be able to explain it in another way that people might understand a little bit differently. So, you know, that's just kind of what I do, and it's definitely a privilege to get to help people out, enjoying the hobby a little bit more, and you know, just help push them along in their journey and just let them have fun, you know, once they actually know how to do the stuff.
Tell you what, man, it's definitely appreciated. You know, I'm always watching the coffee and ham radio guys. Cam9G, I met that dude. Really cool guy, really down to earth guy. Of course, Jason, that's up there, right up there by you. Him, Frank. There's a few others. Josh out in California, he's got a good channel going. And all these dudes are not necessarily doing just radio reviews, even though that's an important aspect of it, because we all have to spend cash on it. But just knowing that there's somebody that knows how to do what I'm trying to do, or they're doing something cool on their radio that, hey, I ought to be able to do that too. There's this cat out in the UK. Let me unkey real quick. I cannot remember his call. Andreas is his name. I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, we were just talking one night, BSing, and the topic of MMDVM hats came up. And they were talking about, get this STM32 DVM and mount it on Raspberry Pi, which I did. And then you USB out of the Raspberry Pi into a Motorola CDM 1550 radio. Throw an external antenna on it, and you got a 50-watt hotspot. I was like, I'll be damned. Wait a minute, I got all that stuff. Let me sit down and do some research and figure it out. And that's what I'm talking to you on right now. So this little thing, the little antenna, it's just a J-pole, but it's at about 20 feet, 25 feet maybe to the base of it, and it blankets my entire little city. So just a concept and a conversation, and then there's videos of people doing it and how to do it, and hey dude, go to this website and you can buy it right here. And I'm like, I'll be damned. So yeah, the world is big, but the world isn't that big. It's actually small in a lot of respects. So having the ability to get on and get the teachers to teach you is pretty awesome, if you ask me. Anyway, enough of that though, dude. I'm just kind of ranting, but I think you get my my point. I think the next cool video I'm going to look for is going to be somebody programming these damn Motorola radios, because that's always a bear, and they're always relatively inexpensive online to buy. You know, the older ones, but getting a hold of the software, getting a hold of how to do it, that's a little bit of a different story. So, I don't know. It's just a thought. Anyway, back over to you, man. It's definitely good meeting you, by the way. NH7TR.
Yeah, man, it's good to meet you as well. Let me turn this down real quick. Had some feedback in my microphone, or in my headset. Is his name by chance Andreas M0MCX? Somebody in my, or FXB maybe? Somebody in my chat. I'm live right now on YouTube. Somebody in my chat just said that might be his call sign.
Yeah, that's him. M0FXB. Really cool guy, dude. And you can tell he's doing a lot of his ham radio escapades. He's doing them, you know, live in the house. You can hear his wife kicking pots and pans around and kids yelling in the background. He doesn't care. He's just deep into it, and he does his thing. So hats off to that guy. And I didn't know you had me on live, hater. But that's cool though, man. Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. And let me unkey so I'm not broadcasted all over the entire planet as much as I thought I was. Anyway, again, it was good talking with you, and congratulations again. That's my next step is the extra. So that's where my gears are going to be grinding at soon. And it was good to see that you got yours. Anyway, have a good one, man. It's good talking with you, and 7-3 to you. This is NH7TR in San Antonio, Texas. I'll clear out on yours, sir.
Yeah, man, it was definitely good to talk to you as well. I appreciate the congratulations again, man. it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend just taking in all the information. It's a lot of information. I found myself, I didn't really care so much for the figuring out how to build radios and stuff like that and all the schematics and stuff. But, there was some other stuff inside of all the extra stuff that made getting the ticket worth it that I learned. I learned how to, look at Smith charts and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of that stuff's useful. And, so I just recommend finding some stuff when you go to, study for your extra, just find some things that make it worth it, and then just put your head down and study for it. And it's worth it in the end. It's a lot of work to study for it. It's definitely a lot more work than the general was, or especially the tech, but it's a lot of fun. And it's nice to learn some new things and get some extra privileges. So best of luck to you there on your studying, man, and I look forward to making a contact with you hopefully here soon on the HF bands in the extra portions of the bands. KI5IRE.
Alrighty, young man. Well, have a good one, man. Again, congrats, and we'll catch you next time. 7-3. NH7TR. I'm clear.
7-3 to you as well, man. Hope to talk to you again soon. KI5IRE. I'll be monitoring on America Link.
KI5IRE, AI7HL.
AI7HL, KI5IRE. Good evening, sir.
Hey there, name here is Eldon. I was kind of wondering, IRE, does that stand for IR Extra?
I guess it does now, actually. It's funny, actually. I didn't know this. So my call sign is a systematically generated call sign, but it's funny because IRE is actually a measurement of brightness in video, and my day job, I work in the video production industry, so kind of interesting that I got lucky with the call sign there.
Yeah, I kind of like IR Extra. I think everybody needs good phonetics for their call sign. Name here is Eldon, by the way. I'm in Junction City, Oregon. We had a guy here in Salem nearby who did a lunchtime net, and he was very talented at choosing phonetics, creative phonetics for people. My call sign was W7LDN at the time, and I think his phonetics for my call sign was once 7 large donuts now. But no, they were usually food related, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've definitely heard some interesting ones on the air. More so, I think, on the digital side than on the sideband side. Because once you get on the sideband, it's a little bit harder to make out a call sign if somebody's saying a bunch of words that you're not expecting. But yeah, definitely, I think the creative phonetics is definitely a fun thing with the hobby, and especially when you're, especially it's fun to have that, it's fun to have the ability to have a little bit of fun with it, especially when you get your first license, and it makes it a lot more fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, okay. To your point, I would agree. For me, it's my own self. It's pretty irritating to hear people use non-standard phonetics in general when you're actually using phonetics for what they're meant for, and that is to relay the information to make sure the other person gets it. I think one should always use standard phonetics. And it does bug me when I hear non-standard phonetics, but this, of course, was just all for fun. It was just a noontime net, nobody had any problem copying anybody, so it wasn't like it was for any official reason, but yeah, I think, you know, when you're making a contact and it's a tough copy, use the right phonetics.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, sideband is, I think it's easier to get away with it on something like DMR, you know, where most of the time people are copying you. I mean, if they are copying you on DMR, it's usually more of like a bit error rate issue or something where they're probably not going to copy you if you say, you know, the standard phonetics or not. But yeah, I definitely agree. Use standard phonetics, especially on sideband. I typically will do it. Sometimes if it's a little bit of a hard copy, or it's a DX station with a foreign language speaker, I will, you know, sometimes change it up a little bit to like Kilo Italy radio or something like that. You know, make it a little bit easier because they sometimes in other countries will use different set of standard phonetics, but you know, I agree with you. It's definitely for the exchange of information is the most important. So I try to stick to standard phonetics. I think the biggest one that bothers me is when somebody will say they'll say a kilowatt. Kilowatt always messes me up. So they'll say like kilowatt 5, and then I'll end up putting a K and a W when I'm typing it into my logging software.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that kilowatt's a good example of things not to do. I've heard a guy recently use kilovolt, and he actually expects it to be interpreted as 2 letters. He'll use kilovolt and expect it to be kV, which, how do you know? I mean, I don't know that you know. It's just, it's not that well defined. But yeah, I've heard guys on HF, I'm sure way more experienced than me, which is not hard, and they'll call out and they'll use different phonetics. They'll say their call sign one time with one set of phonetics, and then repeat their call sign with a different set of phonetics. And I guess the whole idea is try and get somebody that can copy that, and the more variation in phonetics you use, the better chance there is. I don't know. But it's kind of cool. I've heard that a number of times.
Yeah, and it kind of just depends too on the band conditions too. I do think if you change it up a little bit, at least in my experience when I was participating in the sideband contest a few weeks ago, I feel like maybe some words when they're pronounced have a different they have a different way that they come across in terms of the modulation. So some of them, I guess, are easier to be picked out of the pileup. You know, so that's just my experience. So that's when I'll change it sometimes. But most of the time, I'm doing giving them a Kilo India 5 India Romeo Echo, just to make sure that everybody's out there and everybody out there can hear my call sign and they're expecting the words that I'm saying to be, you know, just to make it easier to copy.
Yeah, Roger. Sounds good. Okay, well, hey, I'm going to let you go. I don't want to tie this up, but I just want to say howdy and give you my personal suggestion on those last 3 letters there. So KI5IRE extra, AI7HL. We'll catch you later on. 7-3.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna start using that one for sure. I appreciate that, and it was good to make contact with you, and I appreciate your input there. Thank you very much, sir. I hope to get you on here again soon on America Link. KI5IRE standing by on America Link.
KI5IRE extra. That's pretty cool. That's a good one.
Let's see if I can make a contact with you. Kilowatt Victor 4, Oscar Tango, Tennessee station.
Kilovolt 4, Oscar Tango, Kilo India 5, India Romeo Echo. It's good to hear you over here on America Link, Doug.
I just wanted to break in there and make a contact. I'm playing with a 991A tonight and programming some frequencies. So thank you for coming back to my station and have a great evening. And thank you again. 73 from KB4OT.
Yeah, well, you sound great over there on the 991 Alpha. Sounds really, really good. Makes me want to get one even more. Appreciate the contact. It's good to hear you on here. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch you again here on American Link. 73 as well. You have a good evening. KI5IRE clear.
Yeah.
KT4 CIX out of Florida. So my hat in the ring.
KQ4 CIX KI5IRE. Good evening, sir. How are you doing tonight?
Another wonderful day fighting off the gators in Florida.
You know, I was surprised I did not see any gators when I was in Florida for Orlando Hamcation just a few months ago. I was kind of hoping that I would. I was kind of hoping that I would see one somewhere. I definitely looked every time I went over a bridge over one of the swamps.
KT4 CIX, roger that. Next time you come down, just hit anywhere down West Palm Beach and go into Google and hit airboat ride. They're going to show you so many gators, you're not going to believe it.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard is the southern part of Florida down there near West Palm has a lot more gators than up there near Orlando. Maybe it has to do with everything kind of being more urbanized up towards Orlando, and it seems like the southern part of the state is a little bit more rural, or at least more nature is more widely spaced out there.
Roger that. Yep. Crime rate's real low. We don't have any, real evidence to speak about, but, yeah, no, it works to our advantage.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, Florida's a beautiful state. I've been there a couple times. Been there maybe 5 times total. Been to Daytona Beach, Orlando. Been out there at Cape Canaveral a couple times. Have been out to Sebring area, so been kind of all over the Central Florida area. But yeah, still every time I go through there, I'm always looking for the gators. Still have yet to see any, which I think the most surprising one was definitely being down there near the Sebring, and I think Leland is out there as well near Sebring as well.
Yeah, roger that. Also, right here, about 10 miles away, we have the Navy SEAL Museum. Now, that's really cool. They've expanded it, and yeah, it's really impressive.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to go check that out at some point. I see you're down near Port St. Lucie. A friend of mine went down there a couple years ago for one of the hurricanes. He traveled to go cover that hurricane for some of the weather networks. So yeah, I think he was saying Port St. Lucie was a pretty nice place in Florida. He seemed to really, really enjoy that part of the state.
Roger that. Yeah, my view faces northeast, so pretty much everything Elon Musk puts in the sky, I get to see, and I get a pretty good heads up when they're going to fire. So I've seen some really impressive stuff over here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out that way. I'd love to go watch one of the SpaceX launches or one of the SpaceX missions return. I actually got to catch the Dragon coming back re-entering the Earth's atmosphere last week. Was visiting some friends up in central Oklahoma, and they happened to be right underneath the path of the dragon returning into the Earth's atmosphere. That was really cool to get to watch. I saw the sparks flying and all that while it returned. So that was super, super cool to get to see that. So I'd love to go see one actually land out there in Florida, or just see one get launched, because it's just a super, super cool thing. I kind of love anything space related or anything along the lines of that aviation related as well.
Roger that. I got to go to the second to the last shuttle launch, and we're on the bridge about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from actual launch. So yeah, they closed the bridge, so you can't go any closer than that. But man, what a show! Incredible. It was so loud. You know, when it took off and you could see it in visible sight, it wasn't loud. But the minute those cones came above your line of sight, the sound
Thanks again,
was
man. I
incredible.
appreciate that. Really do appreciate that.
Yeah, those SpaceX launches look really cool, man. It's cool to see the private industry now getting into the space mission, and just kind of just seeing all the seeing it just become a little bit more than just NASA only. You know, NASA's done some cool things over the years, but it's cool to see the private companies now starting to get in it, like SpaceX. So, one of these days, like I said, I'd love to go down there and catch one of the launches or one of the returns. It's just one of those things that's definitely on my checklist. And we even have some SpaceX down in Brownsville, Texas, which is about 8 hours or so, maybe 6 hours from me. So one of these days, maybe I'll have to go down there and catch one.
Roger that. Yeah, he's bringing all his operations here. He's done with California. A lot of other guys have done with stuff everywhere else. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of hop and hip and talk technology heading to Florida.
Yeah, how much of the stuff is he bringing down there to Florida? I know he is bringing a lot of stuff here to Texas, and seems like they're moving more and more out of California almost day by day.
Roger that. He's going to split between Texas and Florida because the infrastructure is already there from both NASA and the Air Force itself. So it's just a logistical plus for him.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if he ends up bringing any of the SpaceX stuff to the Houston area. I don't know that he has yet, but I know they have I think it's the Kennedy Space Center down there in Houston, where they have all the NASA stuff. Super cool place. I got to go there when I was a kid. I'd love to go back there now that I am more of a grown-up and kind of understand what I'm seeing, and just, especially learning about the Challenger space tragedy in grade school. A little bit after I went and visited the Kennedy Space Center. I think it's Kennedy. I cannot remember which one it is. It might be Johnson or something like that. But yeah, I'd love to go back down there, and hopefully he'll move some SpaceX stuff to that part of the state, because that is a lot closer to me than Brownsville.
Yeah, you're going to have Johnson in Texas and Canada. But yeah, SpaceX has done some stuff when I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, we were all run, duck, and cover, hiding under our just because of the Cold War. And they were routinely, the Air Force was routinely breaking the sound barrier. And of course, the day after it happened, I tell you about it. So, yeah, we've been here and done that before.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know that they're doing as much out of the Houston Space Center anymore. And back when they were, I used to try to look up in the sky and see if I could see anything, but I could never seem to catch any of it actually happening. just seemed like I couldn't see it. Maybe it was a little bit too far down the horizon line, or too far down line of sight to be able to see it. But yeah, it was super cool, like I said, to get to see Dragon re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. I just happened to get lucky to go up there and visit a couple of my friends last week and catch that. And that was a really, really cool thing to get to experience in person. Unfortunately, they slept through it and they didn't see it. They didn't tell me that they wanted to be woken up for it because it happened at about 3 or 4 a.m. Our time, Central Time. But yeah, and then I got to watch it on when it actually landed out there in Florida, just off the eastern coast of Florida. I think it was close to Cape Canaveral, where the spacecraft ended up re-landing.
I didn't know y'all wanted to be woken up.
Roger that. And you really can't, like your sleep. You really can't complain about the guy, because he tends to bring back everything he sends up, whereas before we sent up stuff which is still up there. I would love to know how much is up there. But yeah, the guy has some real insight. And to understand what he did now was us kids back in the 60s and 50s looking at comic books. This is the way spaceships are supposed to land, just like this.
Oh, absolutely. And I think landing them on the water with the parachutes that they did definitely helps a lot. I think it makes it a lot more safe for the astronauts that go up there. And yeah, it's super cool to get to watch those parachutes. Watching those parachutes deploy was a really cool thing to see last week. Just yeah, all around super cool thing. I really, really enjoyed it. I was also thinking about when that was happening, if it would even be possible to maybe bounce some 2-meter signals off of the spaceship, or even the sparks that have flown behind it, because those stayed up in the sky for maybe about 30 seconds to a minute. I didn't know if it was possible or not. I didn't have a chance to try it. Maybe next time I get to catch one, I'll try it. But yeah, it was super, super cool, like I said, to get to see that. And maybe next time I will just have to grab a Yagi and try to see if I can get some kind of scatter or something off of the trail. I have a feeling trying to bounce it off of the space shuttle will be pretty hard, because I think they're moving about 15,000 miles per hour or so when they're re-entering.
Roger that, 15,700. Don't forget to slow down for the U-turns. But yeah, you can get directional with it, and sometimes if you're looking for something, you'll get the uplink, downlink data, which will be a bunch of burst transmission, and you won't know what it is, but that's what it is. It's all their CRC checking back and forth between the computers to check to see if they're both giving the same information.
Yeah, I was doing some research last week, and I think I saw that a lot of the SpaceX stuff these days is kind of encrypted, especially, of course, stuff like telemetry and stuff like that. But I think I read that a lot of their stuff, like communications these days, they've gone encrypted on it, I guess, just kind of out of a safety perspective there. They don't want some country that doesn't like us to, try to harm anybody or anything. So it sucks that that's kind of the way that the world's going, where it's harder and harder for us to hear a lot of that stuff these days.
Roger that. Yeah, there's some things that should be encrypted, and like the public safety net, I didn't like them going to full encryption. They could have gone to several TAC channels and left the dispatch fire open so that we know what's going on the highways before we drive into it.
Yeah, roger that. We'll go ahead and ID KI5IRE for ID. Yeah, I have some thoughts on the whole public safety thing. I work in the television news industry, so I'm pretty big on being able to hear things, but it definitely seems like out there in Florida, just from what I've seen, It seems like a lot of the public safety out there has gone encrypted, and it sure doesn't help when some of those pages are posting, things like SWAT incidents and all that in real time. That makes it hard for the rest of us that enjoy the radio listening hobby. It makes it really hard for us to be able to actually, hear the stuff that's going on in real time, and then we just end up having to wait on things like tweets to tell us that sometimes don't even come until after the incident is wrapped up. So, yeah, it sucks that that's kind of the way that everything's going these days. But again, a lot of those people that post the stuff in real time are the ultimate cause and demise of the radio listening hobby.
For CIX. Yeah, roger that. And I was programming, it was funny in our county, I was programming all their radios on the Motorola ACO 25 platform when it first came out, and then they came to me with the encryption, and they said, well, you're not bonded law enforcement, so you're not going to be able to listen anymore. I'm like, okay, no scanner will get it. I said, okay, so why don't I just buy a radio just like yours and buy a KBL 3000 encryptor and just, do my own thing. He says, you can't do it. And I handed him the radio 2 days later, and he was so mad. He goes, I said to him, you spent $15 million up doing these radios, and this is the best you could do?
Yeah, luckily where I work, they've given all of us news people, most of the system people have given, most of the radio techs have given us news stations a lot of access to either like a way to see their calls live, or they've given us radios that the stations had to purchase, and then they programmed with their keys for us to be able to hear them so that we can report on what's happening in their cities. But most of the other people are pretty much still shut out. A lot of the fire departments here are still widely open, but there's still some of the fire departments around here that did choose to encrypt, and makes the scanning hobby much harder than I wish it was. That's for sure.
Roger that. What's funny is Ericsson, years ago, Ericsson or Johnson, had a encrypted system. It was called one-channel encryption. And that stupid thing was a DVI encryption, and it worked well. It was on a UHF channel, and you could DVI encrypt it, boom, no problem. Didn't lock out the entire network. Information is power, and it's very important that people have information. And to lock everybody out, you just killed yourself halfway, because, boy, we could have a whole lot more eyes looking for this murderer if they knew.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I work in the news industry, so I mean, definitely being able to pass that information along to the public is definitely pretty important. To be able to do that in a timely manner, and I guess not everybody sees it the same way. I know they have procedures and things that they have to follow before they can release information publicly to media outlets and to the public. But definitely from the standpoint of just keeping the community safe and knowing what's out there, it's definitely that's times when transparency is definitely a very important thing, I think.
Here, I'll give you a little homework. Go ahead and look up Project 13. Project 13 was a system developed by AT&T, and it's particularly what's going nationwide right now and why we had that massive failure recently, which included all public safety because everything went down. They decided to do VoIP and switch all their radio transmissions and then wash it through computers. So you're not getting actual radio, you're getting radio through computer.
Yeah, they've started to roll out some of that stuff here too. Not not so much. I think most of it's kind of interconnected into the P25 systems that they have here. They do some places have done PTT over Ethernet stuff, like I think it's called Motorola Wave, where they can kind of make it where we can't hear it. It's just another step to do it. But like I said, a lot of it just comes down to the department if they're going to actually share the information with us people in the public or not. And hopefully they think about it and weigh the transparency. Not going to go too much down that rabbit hole of transparency and all that, but like I said, everybody kind of has their own mentality and what they want to be transparent about or not day to day. So it's just one of those things, unfortunately, with technology advancements and everything becoming cheaper to encrypt. Now they can do it, so they just do it, so they don't have to deal with people that they don't want listening. KT4 CIX KI5IRE, are you still there?
KT4CIX, and I hear the light coming down the hallway. Alright, I'll be... But yeah, that's a hole I've been down many times before.
Yep. Yeah. So it was good talking to you. I appreciate the contact. I don't want to tie up America Link too long. I don't know if there's anybody else who's wanting to jump in here or not, or use America Link. So it was good talking to you. Like I said, hopefully we'll be able to make another QSO here on America Link at some point here in the future. KCQ4 or KQ4 CIX KI5IRE 73, and you have a good evening, sir.
Oh man, America Link's always good. Always something on America Link. Let's see. Looks like Canada is on America Link as well. Probably not going to go a whole lot longer on here. Probably a few more minutes. See if I can make another contact or two over here on America Link. See if anybody calls back. Maybe they wanted to get in there while I was talking. But yeah. Sucks that my noise is so bad and then I'm having these RF issues on HF. 40 meters, like I said. 40 meters, I didn't have a whole lot of RFI coming back in. Am I turned up on that? Yeah. Yeah, I need to get that figured out. I guess I'm going to have to put some ferrites on. It wasn't as bad on 20 meters before. Before 20 meters was just... 20 meters was perfectly fine. I don't know how bad it is now on FT8 or anything, but... Yeah, before it was just mostly 10 meters and around there, 10 meters, 6 meters was really bad, but yeah, now it's a few more bands. I got a buddy that might join me over here on America Link here in a few minutes. Yeah, I got a buddy that just got his tech. I talked about it earlier. Gave him a congratulations earlier. Him and his wife passed their tech last Monday, I think, or last Tuesday. That was the friends that I went and visited up in. Went and visited them up in Oklahoma. I've been bugging them to get their tech licenses since. So they tested back in 2020, and I think they both missed it by like one question. And they're pretty busy. I mean, they're pretty busy, so they hadn't had a chance to test, and I was pretty much beating up on him to get his tech for the last 3 years. Try again and study for it, and they passed last week. So congratulations to them again. I'm glad that they finally got their tech, and now I get to beat up on them to get their general, and eventually I'm going to beat up on them to get their extra. But I'm hoping they'll at least get their general so that we can go do POTA activations and stuff, because POTA is a lot more enjoyable on general than it is tech, because 10 meters is the only HF band that you have access to as a tech, unless you do CW. And I don't do CW. I don't know if they're going to learn CW, so they're probably going to want their general at some point. That was the big thing that pushed me to get my general. So, yeah. I'll be on their case telling them to get general though for a while until they get it done. Waiting to see when he's going to get on there. They're headed home, but yeah, I want to make contact with him tonight for the first time on a live stream. But yeah, congratulations again to Dawson, KJ5, Fox Golf Mike, and his wife Elizabeth, KJ5FFX, on their tech. Hopefully you guys will congratulate them as well. And if you hear either one of them on the air, congratulate them on getting their tech. They worked hard for it. I helped them study. We pretty much cram studied them, and then they went and tested. And speak of Dawson, here Dawson is.
KJ5 FTM, America Link monitoring.
See if anybody else wants to make contact with him real quick. KJ5 FTM, KI5IRE,
how are you doing tonight, sir?
You for the sir? I just got back, got both the kiddos in the house. We were over to the neighbor's house, jumping on the trampoline and have a little s'mores fest. Also, side note, Chase, your stream is running anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute behind. So, I want to check an AV sync there, but.
Is that just my video, or is that my audio?
It is the delay from the time you and I key up over here to your stream and audio video sync on your stream there.
Yeah, copy that. I think that's about average, is about 30 seconds. I have it set to ultra low latency, but it doesn't seem to help. I have a way, if you want to jump in, I'll text you about that, where you can see it not as delayed. But yeah, just wanted to make contact with you today while I was live streaming, and hopefully you can make some other contacts over here on America Link after we get done talking.
Yeah, that's fine business, sir. That is a very fine business. Yeah, little side note, last night I made my first 2-meter contact, and I think you were on the phone for that. Hit the Edmond, Oklahoma VHF site, which is pretty cool. Not very often that somebody hangs out on the Edmund repeater. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was just telling everybody. Whoops. Yeah, I was just saying a few minutes ago that you're new to the hobby. So how are you enjoying the hobby so far? Are you playing around on? Are you playing around on VHF, UHF analog a whole lot, or are you just pretty much sticking to DMR?
Well, I'd say typically whenever I'm here at the house, I kind of live on the DMR side just because it's kind of hard to hit the Guthrie repeaters from here. But overall, whenever I'm in service in Edmond or Oklahoma City, when we take people down there, it's pretty nice to be able to hit the VHF, UHF side. I'd like to expand it out, but I'm definitely enjoying the hobby so far. I've got a rather large cart on eBay and Amazon and all kinds of other things for radios.
Well, that's good to hear. Glad to hear you're already getting into spending a lot of money on the hobby. It does not get any cheaper from here, I can tell you that, especially once you get your license upgrades. You'll be spending even more money. Ask me how I know. I know a guy that knows from experience. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the hobby. Hopefully you're hanging out over here on America Link quite a bit as well. This is a pretty cool talk group to jump on because it's kind of interconnected into Yaesu System Fusion. So you get a lot of the people that are on Yaesu System Fusion that come over here and talk crossmode into America Link. So yeah, hopefully you're making some contacts. There's a lot of good people that hang out over here, and it's a very fun talk group to jump onto and make some contacts.
Absolutely. It's a really cool system how all this is set up. In fact, KJ5FFX is sitting, my wife's sitting in front of me, trying to get her to key up, but she's like, no, it's on a live stream. So just know she's here. She did say hi, Chase. Yeah, this hobby as it continues to grow, as the licenses continue to get further and further. I can sort a P25 now here in Central Wyoming, implement Oakland and mirror how that up but on your side. I think it'd be a really cool network to bring me have definitely different.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up there a little bit, but I don't want to tie up America Link too long. I've been on here for a little bit. I don't want to be a lid, and don't want to overstay my welcome here on American Link. I want to let some other people get in there, and hopefully some of them will give you a call back, and you'll get to make some contacts over here on American Link. Like I said, it's a fun talk group to talk on. A lot of good people over here. A lot of really smart people that can sometimes answer some questions for you if you have any. A lot of good conversations I've had over here on America Link with people all over the world and all over the United States. Like I said, don't want to tie up America Link too long. If anybody else wants to give Dawson a call, he is a new technician. Yeah. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So yeah, just want to clear it up. So maybe you can get some contacts out there, Dawson, and yeah, you can have some fun and enjoy the hobby. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be standing by here on America Link. KI5IRE standing by on America Link.
Yeah, I don't like talking too long on America Link just because, like I said, I don't want to be a lid and overstay my welcome. It's fun.
Yeah, it's good. I'll talk with you, Chase. I'm just gonna leave it. Well, I guess now, love the friendship. It's finally taken this long to get me on the DMR side with you and the amateur side of things, but it's always really fun to be over here. KJ5 FTM, stand by.
Chat. See if there's anybody out there that wants to make a contact with the new ham. Yeah, a lot of fun on American Link. Like I said, I just don't like to rag you on it too long. I know there's other people that want to use it as well, so let other people get in there on the fun. I've been going for almost 2 hours though. Unfortunately, sideband, I was having those RFI issues. Hopefully, I can get some ferrites and get everything all sorted out there. And get all that all sorted out. And yeah. Sorry, I was looking at who is connecting to America Link. Yeah, hopefully I can get all that sorted out, get those RF issues fixed, and not have those problems anymore, because it definitely makes it harder to use sideband when I have noise coming back into my interface and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off of here. Like I said, I've been going for about 2 hours or so. Getting kind of tired here. Got some other stuff I got to get done tonight because I go back to work tomorrow. And work a nice long 5 days. And then might try to go do a POTA activation with Dawson and his wife next week up in Oklahoma. We've been planning one out. There's some cool spots out there, out their way. So maybe go try to do some POTAs out there next week. I got a couple videos I got to get filmed still. Might try to film one tonight that I'm going to try to upload this week. But yeah, still not fully back on the regular posting cycle yet, or schedule yet. Been pretty busy with other stuff going on and all that. Trying to reset from taking a break while I was studying for extra. But yeah, so appreciate everybody watching as always. Always a lot of fun to jump on here and make some contacts. Try to make some on HF. And of course, like I said, make some over there on America Link. Always a lot of fun. Hopefully somebody's going to jump in there on America Link, make contact with Dawson so he can make some more contacts. But yeah, got him all set up this last week. And he seems to really be enjoying it. So him and his wife both seem to really be enjoying the hobby. And it's always good to see people when they first get into the hobby start really enjoying it. And just, you know, it's always good to see. That's what I like about doing what I do, you know, where I get to help encourage people and help, you know, help bring new people into the hobby. It's a fun hobby. I really enjoy it, or I wouldn't be here right now. But yeah. Dawson called me on America Link again. I didn't know that. Well, hopefully somebody else will call him back on there, and he'll get somebody to talk to him on there. Trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get him to get some contacts. He was a little bit mic shy at first last week. So, he was a little bit mic shy last week. So, got to get him to get a open spot as well, so that he can enjoy some of the cross mode stuff too. I didn't know that you called me back. I was hoping somebody else would jump in there. I didn't want to tie up America Link. Audio on your DMR 6x2 came awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that. Glad my signal wasn't broken up or anything. I try to make it sound good. I have I do have an audio console. You guys can't see it. It's over here. I have an audio console that I got a really good deal on from Greg K6EGG, an old board that he had, and I gotta get the stuff to route the audio. I gotta get the stuff to route the audio from my FT-710 into it, and bring it back into the computer so you guys can hear it on the live stream. And then I'm gonna try to also figure out a way to route the audio from my Radioddity DB-25D over here so you guys can hear my DMR audio as well. That one's going to be a little bit tougher because I don't have an audio out on the DB-25D. It is, and it's one of these Cat6, Cat5 jacks. So I got to figure out what the pinout is on this connector and figure out how I can make some kind of cable where I can transmit. Got to figure out how I can make a connector where I can transmit audio using something like my microcell cells pinout adapters. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. I don't know if they're going to have the one that I need for the Radioddity. I don't know if it's anything that's like perpetual or anything, or not perpetual. What's the word? Anything that's just, you know, specific to Radioddity. Yeah, I don't know if it's proprietary. That's what I meant. I don't know if it's anything that's proprietary to Radioddity, like specific to their brand and how they do their pinouts. But yeah, I got to figure that out. Figure out how I can get a PTT switch to work with Radioddity, and then also bring audio in and then have audio out into the console. So it's going to be kind of difficult because you're talking about bringing digital audio into an analog format. So don't know if that's even possible. I'm sure it is. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, but I need to do a little bit more looking there. Maybe some of you guys have done that before with this radio. And I can actually show you guys the radio I'm talking about. It's this Radioddity DB-25D. If it'll, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the radio. That's just what I have in the shack. It fits nicely. I can easily take it out of the car and bring it into the shack and use it in here. It's 25 watt mobile. Great little radio. Works great for me on both digital and analog. But yeah, so if anybody knows anything about turning that RJ45 connection into a audio connection or how to do that, shoot me an email. My email's on my QRZ page, or maybe leave a comment on this video as well. But yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna head off of here. I don't know if Greg's gonna be streaming tonight. I can't remember if he said he's streaming tonight or not. If he is, be sure to check out his YouTube, and thanks to him again for giving me this audio console. It's gonna be a huge help. It's gonna make the streams a lot easier to manage. It just make it a lot overall a better experience, and that's kind of what I try to do over here is try to make sure everything looks good and sounds good. Surprisingly, the stream was actually really stable tonight. Still using the same computer. I haven't upgraded computers yet. If you've been watching the stream for a little bit, you know that I have issues from time to time where it just gets bogged down and it's a mess. But tonight was actually surprisingly good, so I'm looking forward to getting that audio console set up and get my audio sounding much better, because controlling everything here in OBS is not very fun, and it's harder. But yeah, I'd like to be able to use the really like to get to use this microphone. Everybody says this microphone sounds really good. from what everybody's told me, and they've all said they think it's going to sound really good on, they think it's all going to, a lot of people have told me that they think this microphone, gosh, can't even talk tonight. A lot of people have told me this microphone sounds really good, and they think it'll sound really good on the radio. So, yeah, we'll just have to see about that. I'd like to be able to use a foot switch. It's going to be a lot easier to do. And before I go, if you enjoy the stream, make sure you like this stream and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Those two things just help support the channel, help the channel continue to grow, and ultimately help these videos and all my content reach more people. And ultimately, my goal is just to make some content that hopefully helps people as they continue to grow in the hobby, as they continue to move along in the hobby, and hopefully get people interested in new areas of the hobby. That's that's always my goal here, just to help people, and that's the most important thing that we can all do as hams. And yeah, I think that is about it. So yeah, just make sure you like and subscribe. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching again. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. Anybody else have anything that they would like to say before I cut the stream? Any other comments? Give it a couple seconds because Dawson said I'm on like a 30-second delay. Yeah, appreciate everybody watching again though. Looks like we had like 92 views on this tonight, so it's a pretty good live stream. Like I said, be sure to go over to Greg K6EGG's channel, give him a subscription, go subscribe to his channel, and watch his live streams. He works really hard to put together good looking live streams, good sounding live streams. Really fun time. I'll go over there and I'll hang out from time to time. So, like I said, just make sure to go and like his channel, watch his streams. He works really hard over there to put together good streams. And he's how I know how to do a lot of this stuff before I met Greg, but Greg's taught me quite a bit about it in the last few months. So, big thanks to him for that. Great dude. Great dude. Good live streams. Good time over there. Like I said, I don't know for sure if he's streaming tonight. He might be, so go like his channel. I'll put his channel down in the comments section. Well, might not be able to do it. I'll just type this. Here we go. Yeah, I don't have a way to get on there right now and find it, but go check out. All you got to do is search that Greg K6EGG. Good dude. So, yeah, again, I appreciate his help on getting my stream squared away. He's been a huge help to me over the last few months, but yeah. Oh, speak of Greg, there he is. Greg just tuned in. Yeah, I've been going for about 2 hours. Are you streaming tonight, Greg? He's been working on that search engine optimization too. Yep. All right. Yeah. Greg's going live here in a few minutes, so I'll probably go over there and I'll hang out in his sauna bus. So yeah, go check out Greg's channel. Greg, link your channel down in the comments real quick. Drop your link before I end the live stream so people can just click the link and go straight to your channel. But yeah, good dude. I appreciate all of his help again. Always a fun time hanging out in his live stream. Him and Hamstick, Eric, and Seth. I thought you were a mod. How did I not make Greg a mod? Hang on. I'm going to have to fix that. I think I can do that from my... Maybe not. Hang on. Maybe it'll load. Let's see. I swore I had Greg as a mod. Come on. It's super slow. Everything's super slow on this computer. I gotta get a new computer at some point. Come on. Might have to do it on mobile. Because I opened up Studio. Welcome to your world. GoFundMe? No, I'm not doing a GoFundMe. I don't, no. I'm not doing a GoFundMe. Alright. You should be a moderator. I don't know what the difference is. I think that's what I need. I don't know. I think I'm trusting Greg with more privileges than I had to, but he's a good dude. So I trust Greg. Yeah, you should be able to put your channel. There you go. Yep. Yep. Go. Oh, that didn't work. But yeah, now you got a blue wrench next to your name, Greg, on my channel. I don't even know if I'm a mod on your. Gosh. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah, I need to add... I didn't see Andy in here tonight, so I guess the live stream still hasn't started. No Andy tonight. I don't even know that he watches my channel. I guess we're going to have to plug my channel more all over the internet because I don't know that Andy Cowley knows about me. But yeah, now you have a blue wrench next to your name. I don't even know if I have one on your channel. Get him tuned in. Yeah. Yeah, maybe yeah, maybe he'll show up one of these days and then I'll be a real YouTuber once Andy Cowley tunes into my live streams. He's in every live stream, but yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off of here. I'm gonna go hang out in Greg's live stream here in a few minutes once he goes live. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm a mod on the Greg's channel. Okay, I didn't know that, dude. I don't even remember like half the stuff I've done tonight, so yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here. It'll be, I don't know when I'm gonna go live again yet, but I got some videos in the works. I'm gonna go try to film those before work this week. A couple of reviews I gotta do, and then I'm gonna finish up. I don't remember if I talked about it on the channel or not, but I have a antenna that I built. It is a, well, I could, if it wasn't over there on the workbench, I could go grab it and show it to you guys. But I built a random wire antenna. Tried to do it without a tuner. It failed miserably. Or without a unun. It failed miserably. I used it last week. Tested it out when I was up in Oklahoma. It worked great. And I tested it out on a POTA that I did as well. Worked pretty good. So doing a review on that. I have another antenna from TN07 Engineering that I got to do a review on. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not. TN right there where my finger's pointing at, TN07 mast. Fantastic mast. I've used it a few times now. I love it so far. So all that stuff in the works, and then I got another one I'm gonna try to film maybe later tonight, talking about a radio that I have, an older radio. It's nothing new, but be on the lookout for that. Just talking about, is it still a good radio in 2024? So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I think that's all I got. Yeah, so I'm gonna jump off of here. Appreciate everybody watching again, and 73 everyone. Y'all take care. I will see you guys next time.